Friends, capsule number 19 is for reconciliation. Friends, when we make cost records as per non-integral system, we keep finance and cost records separate. And when we keep this separate, they follow their own accounting system. Financial record follows accounting standard, cost records follow cost accounting standard. And when they follow different standards, their profit will also be different. And at the year end, they give two different profit. And I want to know the reason why this profit is different. And that is why I want to make a reconciliation. And what are the possible differences? That is what is highlighted in this cap. Friends, there is difference in the two profit figures because there are certain income. There are certain income which are recorded in cost but not in finance. Now, friends, if you do like this, you record income and cost but you don't record in finance, then obviously your profit will be different. Now, what are those expenses which we record in cost, but what are those income which we record in cost but not in finance? Those income or notional basis. For example, this property which I own, it can give me rent of 1 lakh per month. Now, that income I don't receive because I am using this property. But still I assume that there can be income of 1 lakh, right? So these are assumed income, which we consider only in cost, but we do not consider in finance. So if you consider such income in cost, but not in finance, obviously your profit will be different. There can be reverse situation as well. There are certain income which we do not record in cost, but we record in finance, like share transfer fees received, interest received, miscellaneous income received. All this we do not consider in cost, but we consider in finance. If you do like this, definitely your profit will be different. Same applies to expenses. There are certain expenses which you consider in cost, but you do not consider in finance. And these expenses are again notional ones. For example, I'm using this property which rent would be 1 lakh. So if I don't own this property, my expense would be 1 lakh per month. Right? So I'm considering expense on notional basis. Such notional expenses we consider in cost records only, but not in finance. In finance, only expense will be considered when there is cash flow. Right? So if you take in costing, not in finance, definitely your profit will be. Reverse can be possible also. There are certain expenses which we do not record in cost, but we record in finance, like dividend paid, interest paid, right? Preliminary expenses written off, goodwill written off. So if we consider these expenses in finance but not in cost, your profit will be different. Then is depreciation. Friends, we record depreciation in both. We record in cost, we record in finance, we record in both. But there can be difference in the rate of depreciation. There can be difference in the method of depreciation. One is using WDV, other is using SLM. So because of such difference in the amount of depreciation, your profit figures will also be different. Talking about stock valuation, be it opening stock or closing stock, be it raw material stock or WIP stock or finished goods stock, whatever stock it may be. We record in both. But there can be difference in the valuation. There can be difference in the method used. Like one is using FIFO, other is using LIFO. Okay? Your accounting standard says value stock at cost and RV, whichever is lower. But cost record says value stock at cost only. So there can be difference in the method, FIFO, LIFO. There can be difference in the valuation. One is using NRV, other is using cost. And because of such differences, your stock valuation is different. And there is difference. The last is overheads. Friends, we record overheads in both. We record overheads in costing, we record overheads in finance, but in costing we take absorbed amount, and in finance we take actual amount, and because of this your profit will be different. And friends, these are the reasons of differences, and that is why we need to make reconciliation statement to reconcile the two profit figures that you have got as per non-integral.